It's fight night. Welcome to the UWC, the Ultimate Whiskey Championship, sponsored by Golf Cask. Time for a crack.
Hey there, Golf Cask Nation. This is Brian Bailey here, bringing you a new episode of Fight Night. UWC, the Ultimate Whiskey Championship, sponsored by Golf Cask. That's right, we're here today, and we're taking on two Virginia single malts, or I guess you would say American single malts. We have Courage and Conviction, coming from the Virginia Distilling Company, at about 92 proof, 100% malt. And then we're gonna have J.H. Bard's, which is coming from Blacksburg, Virginia, a kind of a craft distiller. And they're coming in at 92 as well. So this is a lightweight battle since our proofs are in the 90s. This is gonna be a fun one. I've been to actually both of their establishments. I've toured and I took the Irons and Oak squad in December to the actual Virginia Distilling Company. And you can see I have a couple of their bottles here. And then we're having their kind of baseline version, which is Courage and Conviction, which all of these are built off of. The same mash, same recipe, but these are all just aged different, and these are actually all cask strengths. So the cool thing about when we start getting the heavyweight divisions, all these are coming in right around 120. So it's going to be fun. So there are going to be some American single malts taking on some big old bourbon. So that'll be fun. Another cool thing about their bottles is they have the actual coins that are stuck on with magnets. So you can actually, after you drink your bottle, you have the commemorative coin, and it actually talks about what barrel it came from and things along that lines. And also the tops of the bottle are really cool. They are actually made to engrave your ice. So if you put it in a big cube, they're actually copper, so you put them on top and it'll actually burn the Virginia Distilling Company logo into your ice. All really cool features that, you end up paying for in the bottle. But again, really cool bottle, really good story about where Courage and Conviction came from. So I encourage you to go to the Virginia Distilling Company website and read all about it and purchase some bottles. J.H. Bard's, I have their toasted rye right here, and then we're going to do their single malt. Again, a smaller company that actually sources their distillant. The Virginia Distilling Company actually creates their own. J.H. Bard's actually purchases from a company that just down the road in Blacksburg. So again, very local for them, but they do source their whiskey, which I don't mind. That is a way to create whiskeys. They're really good dudes over there. The two Jasons will take care of you, and I know they're actually moving from Pulaski County, Virginia, where I actually student taught when I went to Virginia Tech, and they're moving actually into downtown Blacksburg. So that's really cool for them. I think they're doing a soft opening here in May 24 with their big opening coming sometime, or their official opening coming sometime in June. And I think Golf Cask might make a trip up there to enjoy that. So without further ado, let's dive into this tasting. Again, my wife came and poured. I don't know which one's which. One of these is J.H. Bard's. One of these are actually Courage and Conviction. I have because these two are going to be 100% malt, they're going to be very, I think by the nose, they're going to be very similar. So I have my coffee beans here to kind of cleanse my nose. I have some water here to cleanse my tastings. And without further ado, shut up, Brian. Let's get to drinking. Red or green? Where should we start? Above or below par, right? Let's start with red because it's closest. And remember, I'm not going to talk about any of these. I'm just going to sample them and then give you my ranking. I'll sample them once through, and then I'll sample again twice. That way, if you're at home and you have the same whiskeys with you, please do this with me and tell me how wrong I am. Get rid of the evil spirits. There. All right, two really good American single malts here. I'm really surprised by one. Virginia Distilling Company is kind of legacy inside of the American single malt. They really pushed in 2022 to get classified American single malts as a whiskey, and they're also pushing through legislation trying to create standards to what American single malts should look like, but yet create wiggle room with aging statements and things along that lines to allow different companies to do different stuff. But they're really kind of in the forefront inside of the U.S. on pushing the American single malt out there. So they're more the legacy single malt for America. And the J.H. Bards is kind of an upstart. So what I know about the background of these companies is Courage and Conviction has 50% of its aging or maturation inside of a bourbon barrel, 25% sherry, 25% cuvee. And what they do with the cuvee is they go through, they actually take the barrel apart, they kind of redo the inside, toast it again, and move on from there. So it gives you a different flavor profile than a lot of different whiskeys. But you do have kind of that 3 stages, so it's going to bring a little bit of complexity into the whiskey. J.H. Bards actually ages it in a bourbon barrel, and then they put it in a toasted barrel at the end. So, like I said in the Tales of the Tape, I really like a lot of toasted whiskeys. Mitcher's rye toasted, even the J.H. Bards rye single barrel. J.H. Bards toasted rye is really good. So the really cool part is these 2 single malts taste completely different. By the nose, I gotta go green. I think green is bringing me tons of different flavors. I'm getting a light scent of caramel. I'm definitely getting the malty, and I'm getting fruit. When I go nose here, I'm getting a lot of barley, and I'm getting the sweetness too. I would say they're very similar by nose, but this one just jumps out at you a little bit more. And then when we go taste, I have to say red has more complexity. Actually, you can have the different layers of taste, which is really cool. I really like a complex whiskey. It gives me something to search for, taste through, and really enjoy. So the complexity is here, but I think the flavors of the green actually jump out at me a little bit more. I'm getting a little more bourbon note. I'm getting a little bit more that, I'm thinking this is J.H. Bards. I'm actually getting a little bit more oakiness compared to the sweetness that I'm getting from the sherry casks and the wine flavoring. So again, I would say complexity would go red, but I have to say off of taste, I actually really enjoyed green. And again, this is my taste profile. You could disagree with me. It's okay for you to be wrong. And then the finish, they're both kind of wonderful. Fairly long. Both have a little bit of burn going down, so you do know you're drinking whiskey. Gosh, I'm gonna have to say that the finish on the red, because of the complexity, is just a little bit cooler, a little bit neater. The green, again, is good. I'm assuming that's J.H. Bards, it's good. So I would say finish, I would favor red, just because I'm getting a little more fruitiness, a little bit more, kind of that light oak. I think we get a lot of oak with the green. I like oak, but don't go crazy with oak. But to me, this is almost a draw, but I will favor red. So I'm going to go nose and taste to green. I'm going to go finish to red. So who's the winner, Brian? Cheers. For both of being their entry single malt, I love them. They're really good. I know the Courage and Conviction line, as you get in the single cask, even more robust, more flavor. So I really do enjoy it. You can tell I own 3 bottles of them. But I would say right now, like I said, I'm going green. I'm assuming J.H. Bards, just because I'm getting, by the nose, I'm getting different flavors and different notes. Let's jump in here real quick, and I will give you what they tell us we should be tasting now that we've finished. J.H. Bards said by the nose you should get apricot, banana, and citrus. I do get that fruitiness with a little bit of barley flavor. By the taste, we should be getting a complex fruit notes, apple, and summer berries. I could see that. Definitely kind of that appley, fruity note. I definitely get in the middle. And then a lingering heat with very little smoke and warm, long curd oak. So again, you're getting that oak flavor at the end. I could see that. Nose on, I'm assuming this one's the I don't know. I could be 100% wrong, but I'm assuming, like I said, because I'm getting some sherry flavor from this, because I know, like I said, 25% cuvee, 25 sherry, definitely has a different flavor. Nose, caramel, butterscotch, lots of fruit in the middle, barrel spice, and a little vanilla. They both have a little bit of spice on them, which I like. But again, I thought the green, just their spice was a little bit better. Creamy and exceptionally smooth finish. I would agree with both of those. So without further ado, let's see who the winner is. Oh, I have to give him a number, right? I'm going 3. We took away decimal points. I don't know if this is a 4. I like it, but I don't know if I would rate that as a 4, but I can't rank that as a 2. I'm in a quandary. I'm gonna have to go 3-3, which is a tie, and then we're gonna go to the fan vote. The fan votes came in, and I have to say it, J.H. Bard's fans are much more engaged on Instagram than the Virginia Distilling Company. So J.H. Bard's actually won the head-to-head value. A couple of votes came in very late, so J.H. Bard's was 1. I put him at a tie at 3-3. So J.H. Bard's is the winner, and again, I think J.H. Bard's is here. I think Virginia Distilling Company is here. Let's find out. Oh yeah. So again, what we see, I was correct. The sherry notes are just over the top, very, very, very much noticeable. And like I said, the actual toasted oakiness, which is, to me, if you're a bourbon fan, and I am a bourbon fan, I think the J.H. Bard's is really pushing that bourbon envelope inside of their actual single malt, which is kind of cool. I would say Courage and Conviction is much more traditional Scotch, Irish, much smoother. The complexity's there. It's aged a little bit longer. It's in sherry, it's in cuvee, and it's in bourbon barrels. So you can definitely see that. But again, for me, kind of that bitey, bourbony single malt, man, J.H. Bard's, you've done a heck of a job. Heck of a job. So tip of the cap to J.H. Bard's. It was a draw with me, 3-3. I like them both. They're both on my shelf. I enjoy them with friends and family. So go out and get yourselves a bottle if you can find them. And then also, on top of that, I think the really cool piece, you can't go wrong, but for American single malts, which is the fastest growing whiskey sector inside of the US right now, I would encourage you to go try this. So tip of the cap, congratulations J.H. Bard's for a win. Thanks to your fans, they really put you over the top. And for me, once again, being a wimp and going 3-3. I really got to get a backbone and really stand up. But again, I love these both. I'm going to have to tell Gareth we might have to introduce the half system just so I can start to separate these, because again, I cannot say that I would not put a single one of these on my shelves. I would never turn them out. They're really good pars, pushing birdies. So I might have to fight for that the half rating. Cheers, Cilantro. Thank y'all for joining us, and hope you enjoyed the crack. Bottoms up. Good work, Jasons.